Hey everybody, Gary with Basecamp Trading. Let's take a look at how we were trading gold today. You see gold had just tanked over the last couple of days. This is our 240-minute chart. You put in a reversal doji right here at the top. This triggered to the downside, and then you can see we just have tanked to the downside in gold. We had a high all the way up here at 89.20, almost $2,100 in gold, back down to a low last night of 1874. So $200 the other way in gold. Huge, huge drop. Last night pushed down, got extended, put in the reversal doji. Then you had a strong bullish bar actually. This bar opened at the bottom, closed at the top, back above the 200, triggering this reversal doji back to the upside. And then gold kind of pushed its way higher little by little. And then the bar we were watching this afternoon was right here. We set up another reversal doji, except this time a reversal doji to the downside. What makes it a reversal doji is on this one, the low was lower than the previous bar, and we triggered it back the other direction, making it a reversal doji that way. Now we had a high higher than the previous bar, making this a potential reversal doji back this way. The next bar needs to trigger it to determine what it's going to ultimately be. And we did trigger this with a pretty strong bearish bar. This bar opened at the top and then pushed all the way down. Now, I still have a couple hours for this bar to close. Market's just closed, but you still have a little while for this bar to close. But we did trigger the reversal doji to the downside. We were looking at this, wondering how far we might potentially go, and we were thinking that potentially we could go as low as the 200 EMA. And you can see we pushed right down to the 200 EMA, and it did find some support there. We actually were trading this. I took mine off sooner than this. I didn't go all the way down to here, but we were looking at this as a potential target, and we did run right down there and bounce. This is our 30-minute chart, and right in here is when we were triggering that 240-minute reversal doji. And we had this bearish bar right there, 5 and 13 cross to the downside. We broke under the 50 EMA, and then gold just continued to push on lower. We hit significantly undervalued on the 30-minute chart, and we're catching a little bounce. And again, that was also at the 200 EMA on the 240-minute chart. Actually took my target off at 1929.30. We went lower than that. So out maybe a little too soon, but that's okay. Caught a really nice run to the downside in gold. And then, of course, our Unirenko chart is our primary trading chart. Several different opportunities to enter this depending on how you wanted to play this. Started off really kind of like yesterday. We had this trend reversal breakout to the downside, and then it just worked its way lower. And we had several opportunities. Trend to Pro 2.0 off the 18 signal. We made a pullback. Had a wick out of the cloud. Not a very good signal. I didn't trade any of this. I actually took my entry right here on the slow line zero touch. The slow line is the slow line on MQ momentum. Pulled back to the zero line, which is the line the histograms move above and below. Gave us a nice momentum reset for a push lower. Took the slow line zero touch and then just followed some pivots because I had a downside target way down here at 1929.30, which was ended up being right in here. Now we ended up pushing lower. Again, we went all the way down to 1919, which was the 200 EMA on the 240-minute chart. So I actually missed this. We had a great wick off the 18 Trend Pro 2.0 setup right there. That would have been good for a nice run to the downside. And that bar would triggered in at 1928.70, and we came all the way down here to 1920, and actually the low was 1919.70. So that push to the downside would have been good for another $900 per contract potentially. And I didn't catch any of that personally, but that's okay. We caught a really nice ride as it was, and gold was just really bearish yet again this afternoon.